As we write late August on the calendar, our journey begins in Edinburgh. We'll take the train down to Newcastle upon Tyne and spend one night before setting off on our walk from Wallsend to Bowness-on-Solway, aka pub to pub, aka Hadrian's Way. We will spend 6 days walking the 82 miles along the Roman Wall, through the majestic landscapes of Great Britain, along tiny towns, endless fields and stretches of painful roads, through many pubs and even more miles. We have no idea how far it would actually be.
First day of Hadrian's Wall trip 2019.
Bring the drunk show.
On our first day, we take the train out to King Edward's Bay to check out the castle and touch the water, marking the start of our hike. From here, we'll take the train back to Wallsend, where the walk officially begins, or ends, depending on which direction you choose to walk. So, come with us as we journey along the wall, Hadrian's Wall.
Here it starts, walking the Hadrian's Wall 2019, down on Tyne Mouth. Bag full of beer, ready to go.
Er du klar?
Start med deg. Jeg starter med en øl, ja.
Du begynner i morgen.
Starter i morgen.
Day 1 will take us from Wallsend to Headon on the Wall, around 15 miles. We will follow the Tyne River out of Newcastle and into the farmlands. We are hyped at finally being on our way.
Here we are, Hadrian's Wall 2019. That's the wrong way. Here's David, my walking companion for the trip. Studying up info.
No, I was reading the info on the bottle.
Nice weather today, nice walking weather. Not too warm, not too cold. Yeah. Gonna walk.
84 meters at.
Kom för fan! Yeah, we just started walking the Hadrian's Wall. Started from Wallsend. Her har David spretta seg en San Miguel. Vi har akkurat gått i kanskje nesten en time. Kjenner jeg helt kjørt i beina.
kväll, kära Hadrians.
Slow start on Hadrian's. Almost got run over by a bike.
The first stretch of our hike took us through a footpath down towards the Tyne. Our spirits rose as we spotted the river, flowing past in all its glory.
Yeah, been walking for 2 hours now on our first day to heading on the wall. It's still far to go, about halfways. We had some heavy rains, so we took shelter in a pub and ate a burger and drank some beer. See you in a bit.
After a quick rain shower, our walk continues out of the city. We are enjoying the view of the bridges, talking about the adventures to come. Our spirits are high and our bellies are full of burgers and beer. But little do we know that time is already running out due to our late start, and the asphalt will soon be starting to ache beneath our feet.
First obstacle on Hadrian's. As, kör då. Fan!
Okej, filmen ska jag det går. Vad är det nu? Nu håller jag fast i buskan.
Okay.
Det är som tuggbuskar, vet du. Man kan fast. Og det akkurat her en piggebusk. Du må ikke løsne, du må ta grep på... Au, faen, fitte! Det piggebusker her. Der piggebusker overalt, det bonden gjort det for at vi ikke skal gå her. Der, sånn.
We found our solution to crossing. Because the hedge there is filled with thorn bushes, so it's impossible.
That's a very nice canoe you have. Upon arriving in Hedden, it was already dark. We take a well-deserved stop at the local pub before heading off to our accommodation. The Houghton North Farm, a nice place for two tired walkers. Our room, it even came with a little frog. Perhaps the same frog that David saw earlier.
That's a small frog.
Our second day will take us from Hedden along the 14 miles to Hexham, a stop that's not originally on the Hadrian's path, as far as I know, but we thought the name was cool, so we decided to check it out. But as we ate our breakfast, rain clouds came pouring in, and the day grew dark.
Day 2 of the Hadrian's wall walk. It's gonna be some heavy rain today. Of course, I managed to lose my rain poncho yesterday, so I had to buy some only thing they had in the store. I had to buy this, trash bags to put around my camera equipment. It's gonna be one hell of a day. Been walking 2 hours today in the pouring rain. And we found this little shed. Drinking some K-ciders. Enjoying the view. View of the rain.
After a few pints and a lunch at the Robin Hood Inn, the rain finally made us cave in, and we came to the conclusion that taking a taxi the rest of the way to Hexham would be the only wise move. My garbage bag suit was leaking and our gear was soaked. We were cold to the bones. That taxi would probably end up saving us from freezing to death.
Finally made it to Hexham. Ja, da vi I Hexham. Har gått I 2 mil. Jeg kjenner jeg helt kjørt I beina. Finally made it to Hexham. Yeah, we finally made it to Hexham. It's been raining a lot today, so we haven't done so much recording. But here it is, the city of the Hex. Looks pretty nice. But it's been raining like crazy today. Say the Tynemouth overflowed in some places.
Yeah.
David took a taxi, and while I walked.
After arriving early at the Hexham bed and breakfast, we had the opportunity to chill out and recharge our batteries. We had a great dinner and decided to hit the pubs to get unresponsibly drunk. Hell yeah! Discharged and hungover, we was glad to see that the rain had stopped. Our third day will take us from Hexham to Wallsend, about 18 miles. After buying a new poncho and a quick coffee, we stopped by Tesco to stock up on some more beers and nuts. Hexham had turned out to be as cool as we thought.
Day 3 of our Hadrian's Wall walk. We're in Hexham, just woke up around 10 a.m. Gonna walk to Wallsend today, to the Sill in Hexham. Beautiful city, beautiful beer. Day 3 on our way out of Hexham, continuing up towards Hadrian's Wall through Cullerford. Yeah, it's about a 5-hour walk today. So yeah, it's gonna be some crazy shit. David has found a Perrier. He has been looking for it all trip. Reduced price. Happy guy. Met some obstacles on the way to Acom. Buying these trash bags was a blessing. Had to wear them on our feet while crossing this on our way to Acom. Some cows grazing. We're walking through Acom now. Beautiful little village. Really nice houses. We'll be in Cullerford in an hour or so, hopefully. Alright, see you guys. Yeah, we made it to Wall, but the road from Acom to here was a nightmare. There was no walking path, so we had to walk by the main road. And the cars, they drove like crazy. And there was a lot of turns and we almost died many times. This is what the hysteria looks like.
As we made it into Cullerford, our morale was high and we were ready for a break. After a stop at the local cafe, we walked over to the beautiful gardens of the George Hotel to chill out and relax with a pint. Believing that we were well on schedule, we even took the time for a game of chess, which I lost. After our break, we continued upwards into the highlands, stoked at finally leaving behind the asphalt that had broken our feet during the last few days. The sun was shining and the weather was sweet.
I think we've spotted Hadrian's in the distance. First sighting of the wall. Might be the wall, I'm not sure. Our first sighting of the wall. Finally made it. Here it starts.
Arriving at the wall sparked our motivation and gave us new energy. We were imagining how it must have looked like in the ancient days when the Romans had ruled this land. Hadrian must have been a crazy guy. We felt blessed by the wall's presence, and our feet led us forward, believing that we would soon arrive at Sycamore Gap. Little did we know that the day would still be long. After recording this clip, we spoke to the woman who you can see walking there. She was shocked to hear that we were going all the way to Wallsend that day, as it was already getting late and she had started walking from there early this morning. That's when we knew that we had messed up. Time was running out and the sun was fading rapidly. It's 7 p.m. on the third day of Hadrian's. Morale is at a low. Got wet shoes. Where the fuck is one's brood?
walking through Sewing Shield Woods. I'll arrive soon at Sycamore Gap. There's a bunch of crows.
As the day came to an end, the landscape turned magical. After hours of doubting that we would ever arrive at Wallsend, we found new hope in the setting sun, painting our surroundings in beautiful colors. That day had turned out to be as hard as a rock, but even the ugliest of rocks can be beautiful when seen in the right light.
Finally made it to the Sycamore Gap, 9 p.m. Just listening to the leaves. Soon at Wallsend. It's gonna be wonderful to get there. Fucking wonderful. And then we finally made it to the sill. Chilling out in the lounge. Didn't come here until after dark. Now we're just chilling out.
Our fourth day will take us from the sill in Wallsend and along the 9 miles to Gillsland. Our feet are already sore from the miles we have put behind, but the sunshine and a few cups of coffee motivates us to carry on.
Fourth day on Hadrian's wall walk. We're at the sill in Wallsend, heading towards Gillsland.
This day was the best day of our hike. The sun was shining and there was a nice breeze to cool us down. We enjoyed the views of the crags and the wonderful landscapes, passing hundreds of cows and sheep along our way. We could not have asked for a better day along the trail.
The fourth day of our Hadrian's wall walk. We're making our way towards Gillsland. Today has been beautiful, walking along the wall with nice views. Lot of tourists in this part, tour buses and stuff. Walking 3 hours today. Got about 1.5, 2 hours left in Gilsland. And a lot of hikers today.
Martin, så. Faen.
The fuck?
What? Han låg her. Under her.
David has just found something laying under the wall. It's Roman. Can they wear a lot?
Tror du det?
Yeah. Well, it was a good spot to take a break, it looks like. See if there's any more.
After our failed attempt at tricking the world that we had found an ancient Roman coin, we continued our trek towards Gilsland. We spent some time exploring the Thru castle, which was amazing. The day had truly been beautiful. So when we arrived early in Gilsland, it helped to boost our spirits. Our accommodation, the Wallsend, turned out to be even better than what we had seen in the pictures. It had a nice shower, a washing machine, and comfy beds. We had a great meal and some pints at the local pub before drifting off to sleep. It was truly a well-deserved rest. The 5th day will take us from Gilsland to Carlisle, about 19 miles. We knew that this would be our longest day and that it would take us many tired hours to get there. Our morale was at an all-time low, but the thought of the pizza and pints we would have when arriving pushed us forward.
Day 5 of our Hadrian's Wall walk. Having some showers today, it seems like. Gonna walk from Gilsland to Carlisle. Yeah. Gary's holding up. Fy faen, ass. We just started from Gilsland, heading towards Carlisle. It's a beautiful day today, but there might be some rain later on. We have rain ponchos, so there's no worries. Had a nice sleep at Holly's in the Wall. Highly recommend that place. Great service, great breakfast, and good coffee. And that's all you need. just crossed the bridge to Walton, heading there for some food and maybe a pint. Then later we'll make our way down to Carlisle. And today it's been beautiful walking weather, just cloudy, not too warm, not too cold, perfect for walking.
Pizza.
We just left Walton. At Walton. We just left Walton, had some nice vegetable soup at a cafe. And now we're heading the last part down to Carlisle. Wish us good luck.
After a long, hard day of walking, we were closing in on Carlisle. This day had taken us over countless fields and along dirt paths and asphalt. The wall was far behind us and nowhere to be seen, and our feet were aching. But we knew that tomorrow would be our last day, so we pushed on forward to reach our goal and the pints that was waiting on the finish line.
Now it's been a hard day on the trail. Looking forward to some food, some pints, a bed. Yeah, walking through a park. Yeah.
After arriving in Carlisle, we went out to celebrate that we only had one day left of our journey. We ate a spicy pizza at the Brewdog pub and had a bunch of nice pints. Carlisle was an amazing city, and I wish we had more time to explore. There was no panic in the streets, like Morrissey had led us to believe. Our 6th day will take us from Carlisle along the last 13 miles to Bowness-on-Solway. Our feet were on the point of falling off, but our spirits were high. After a nice cup of coffee and a good breakfast, we were ready for the last stretch of our journey. We were almost there.
It's day 6 of our Hadrian's Wall walk. The last day, we just made it out of Carlisle, heading on the path toward Bowness-on-Solway. We're hyped for a cold pint and the bus back. Yeah.
The last miles of our walk was a true nightmare. I had blisters on both my feet and our morale was at an all-time low. But we were stubborn as 2 old mountain goats and carried on, knowing that soon we would reach our goal.
We have just walked a long stretch with nothing, just a road that stretches for miles on our way to Bowness. We're almost there. 4 p.m. on the 6th day of our Hadrian's Wall walk, and we've just spotted Bowness-on-Solway. And there's the sign. We made it. Well, soon we've made it at least. There's the sign. How do you feel, David?
Thirsty.
It's been a hard day, hard week. We're gonna have a pint and take the bus back to Carlisle.
Tok du på vattnet?
Ja, det var så sketen elva. Må komme prøve her. Finally made it to the King's Arm. I don't know.
King's Army.
Finally made it to the King's Arms.
King's Army. Yeah.
Finally made it to the King's Army or King's Arms.
Så han øla strømmer gjennom fluten.
Tar vi avslutningen fra det.
So, what did we learn from our trip? Not much, really. We learned that 82 miles is a long way if you're out of shape, and our feet paid the price. We learned that perhaps cutting down on pints would probably have made our walk a little easier, or perhaps harder, who knows. Would I ever do it again? Absolutely. I'll recommend this walk to anyone I meet for the rest of my life, for it was truly an amazing time. But next time I will probably spend a few more days, adding some longer stops in the places we didn't get to explore, and the pubs we didn't have the time to visit. I will also be bringing 2 pairs of shoes, cause walking with the wet ones was not cool. And perhaps some more whiskey to ease the pain of a long day on the trail. So, always remember, if you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk, like the Romans used to say. Thanks for watching our journey along the wall. Hadrian's Wall.
That's a small project.